Hello, and welcome back to Infinity News.
We have a very informative show for you today.
Are you confused by that new one-card hike? Well, you're not alone. Thankfully, Infinity has you covered.
While some students had their one cards loaded with the same $200 as the last academic year, others were surprised to see they had $400 in bridge money. Some reporting they thought both their fall and spring semester bridge money had been loaded all at once.
However, a check on the Hampshire One Card website explains that participants of the full meal plan are billed a $200 cafe card fee, while students who are not on the full meal plan are billed a $400 cafe card fee each semester.
Seems the school has stuck those without a full meal plan with 77 pints of Ben & Jerry's, while those with a meal plan can only get at most 38.
It's a delicious and heavy thing to digest, so now enjoy the Daily Digest.
I scrolled.
Oh, if you want to study abroad in 2019, the study abroad applications for Hampshire exchange programs and January short-term field courses are due October 12th at midnight. You can apply online at HampGoes.
Deadlines have been extended if you're interested in joining the Student Advocacy Network. The network serves as a sounding board for student ideas and concerns, and then shares those concerns with the appropriate campus representative or department in a thoughtful and dialogical manner. Self-nomination forms are live at Hamp Engage.
The second annual Engage conference will be taking place on October 23rd. If you have a Div 3 project or idea that you feel embodies an approach to social justice, you can sign up as a Div 3 presenter for a roundtable discussion of a wide variety of Div 3s. If you're interested, you can contact Janice Silver at janicesilver@hampshire.edu before October 12th.
Hampshire's Recovery Group will be meeting soon. The group is a space for students in recovery to work together toward sobriety, to address their relationship to substances in a non-judgmental setting, offering connection and support. So keep coming back, it works if you work it, and we're all worth it.
The men's Hampshire soccer team, or the Rhinos, won their first game against the University of Maine Machias this past Sunday with a 4-2 score. 1 goal scored by Ethan Hott and a hat trick scored by Ben Warkov. This is their first win in 8 years.
Killing it!
Killing it!
Fantastic.
On October 6th at 1 o'clock is the women's team versus Central Maine CC. And on October 16th at noon, there is a drop-in circuit training.
Be there, and be there for these things too. On October 27th, starting at 9:30, there is the Women in Arts Leadership Symposium. And on October 8th and 9th, we begin the 21st annual Iqbal Ahmed Lecture and 2-day symposium. In other news, we're going to be looking into the serious topic of housing restrictions in Massachusetts.
Particularly, the question is whether or not multiple unrelated females living together is considered a brothel according to state law.
Let us be perfectly clear, this law is a myth. According to the mass.gov website and Snopes, this myth of brothel laws has been around since the early 1960s, and even though it is often used to ban sororities on college campuses, there is no legal documentation or evidence that such a brothel law exists.
So for those of you who had any questions of the legality of multiple unrelated females living together on campus, now you know that it is perfectly legal.
It's probably a good thing. Speaking of legal, Hampshire College will be leaving an agreement to have shared campus police with Mount Holyoke and Smith colleges.
Smith College and Mount Holyoke will both be keeping the same campus police force. This will be the end of a deal formed roughly 10 years ago.
Details are scarce as to what will replace the current Campo contract. When we tried to get an interview, many students expressed confusion as to the situation. Many people on campus agree with utilizing more philosophies and strategies related to transformative justice. What the change in police contract means is yet to be clear. Many students who were asked about this expressed some confusion. To clear it all, or at least talk of it, we would like to welcome Aria Acevedo. Hey.
Welcome.
Thank you for joining us.
I'm gonna like
That's
spin
the
it.
room. It's cozy.
So you're here to talk about your Div 3.
Yeah.
What is it?
So my Div 3 focuses on the importance of representation within storytelling, specifically theater literature that is aimed at young adult Mexican American youth.
Nice. So what's your process for your Div?
A very long one. I started working on my Div 3 halfway through last semester which was advice given to me by my prospective committee member, who encouraged me to go ahead, start gathering information, reading as many books as I could over the summer, and try and do at least something productive over the summer in regards to my Div. So I'm actually really ahead right now, and it's just a lot. It's just a long process.
Whoa. Well, I'm jealous that you got work done over the summer and I didn't. So you read a lot of books over the summer. What's your inspiration for your Div?
My biggest inspiration is actually the book, The House on Mongo Street, which I grew up reading. It was my mother's favorite book, and her favorite thing about it was that was the neighborhood she grew up in, is what it always felt like to her, that those streets of Chicago were really the streets of San Antonio that she grew up on. And so that's kind of like the biggest inspiration I took from.
Awesome. Do you have anything else that you want to share about your Div?
Well, I have a play, and that's the biggest part of my Div, and it opens November 14th at the main stage in EDH.
Oh my gosh, that's my birthday. Oh well, I'll be there.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for coming to talk about your Div.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Everyone check out the play. Oh, what's the title of the play before you go?
Esperanza.
Thank you so
Everybody
much.
check out Esperanza.
Now, have you registered to vote? The midterm elections are only 40 days away.
The registration deadline to vote in Massachusetts is October 17th, so make sure you get out there and cast your ballot.
If you're not from Massachusetts or the United States, check out our bio below for links to find out how and when to register in your state or your nation.
According to the Pew Research Center, in the most recent midterm elections, Generation X and Millennials voter turnout increased, which is great.
There were still 21 million less votes than older generations, even though Generation X and Millennials make up a higher density of the population.
You may be asking yourself, why should I vote in this upcoming election?
Your vote matters. Since we have government elected officials, it's one of the ways that you as a human and as an individual can have a voice. It's really important, and you can make a big impact.
To quote Ralph Waldo Emerson, those who stay away from the election think that one vote will do no good. 'Tis but one step more to think one vote will do no harm.
I think that's an important place to end it on.
Yeah, that's all we have for
All
you today.
right. Bye.